It's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
And let's get it. And boom. What's up? Welcome back, goddammit, to another edition of Tell Me a Joke, the guideline of chasing the dream. I'm your host of Maniacal, Menace, Kyle Smith. That say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. And on side of me, I have the mother, the entrepreneur, the go-getter herself. She's been out here on the grind ever since I've met her. And, you know, she's been so busy, she disappears from time to time. Give it up for Kaysha Jones. There it is.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I appreciate the invite.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. How have you been?
I've been wonderful.
That's
I've been
good.
wonderful.
That's good. You look nice. Your ensemble, you came in like you meant business. Like you've always, ever since I've met you, you've always meant business. It's always been about business.
You are accurate, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm always about business.
Yes, ma'am. I like it. It was like because if for the backstory for the other people, we've met at Music Bingo. All right, and basically what Music Bingo is, where we as the music bingo givers, we are the people that are the DJs. Basically, we push a button. Basically. We push a button or we play Spotify in a certain order. Like sometimes you can put it on shuffle. Sometimes you can shuffle it. I used to shuffle it sometimes, or I'd play from the back. You know, and basically people, we would go to random bars that we would frequent often, so we weren't as random. And then you would basically host a music bingo game, and us as the host, you would have to interact with bar patrons that don't care for you to be there. You know, but it was a lovely experience.
Very, very lovely, interesting experience. Nothing that I've ever experienced in my life can resemble it.
Definitely, like. I didn't even know it was a thing until like I got out here. I walked in one when I was down back at home in New Orleans, and I walked in on a music bingo session, and I was like, "What is this? This is terrible. I don't want no parts of it." And then it started, and I was like, "Man, go ahead and give me a paper. I know some of these songs." You know, it drew me in, and so that's when I understood. I'm like, "Oh, this could be a thing."
Musical bingo. I think it could be a thing depending on the genre of music.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of the genre that we used.
Yeah, true.
But I think it could really be lit if the genre of music is a little different.
Yeah. Well, also to the places that we've been to, they weren't like worthy of any of the genre that I would prefer.
Absolutely.
Like that the music that I wanted, they definitely did not. They didn't take a liking to that. So but you know, it was like, well, this is just for me because this is my journey. This is how I always look at it. I'm like, well, this is just a journey for me, and this is a story for me to tell of the things that I did on my journey to get to where I'm going.
There you go.
Because, you know, I'm trying to improve.
Right.
And so what better way to improve my crowd work skills by talking to these drunk degenerates. Not all of them are degenerates. Some of them are nice. Some of them are real nice.
You know, it was really interesting. But I'll say this. Whenever I did that job, like, the people really engaged with me for my tips. Like, they were generous.
They were, I was just about to say that. Heavy handshakes. Heavy. Like, I was... Like if you did well, like they like certain people they really voiced their opinion about and was like, we don't care for them. Bring the little man back with the dreads, or bring the pretty one back. Bring her back because she was great. And like, but you other people, because they don't give them tips. People are worried. I brought a friend out there. He ran away immediately.
He ran away. Yeah,
he ran away.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. Like I recommended you. You said cool. Like, I thought this was going to be... Like, that's why I don't recommend people that I'm not too sure of. We not friends. I mean, we cool, but, you know, we don't hang out or nothing like that.
Right.
So, you know, I recommend... I don't know your mannerisms. I thought he'd be okay with it. You've been in front of crowds before.
It's not for everybody.
It's not.
it's not for everybody. And even for me, it's some forms of like just getting used to being uncomfortable because you are
yes.
you on stage, right?
Yeah.
You got to engage in a different way.
Yeah.
So you will feel a bit uncomfortable.
It was something that I look forward to on a daily because I was like, oh, today is the day to where I get to go feel uncomfortable in front of people that I don't know if they racist or if they just don't care for me to be here right now. I'm not sure what feelings it. Some of it was the first half, like, oh, they just real racist. But then some of it was just like, oh, y'all don't really care for me to be playing this music at this moment.
Right.
You just want to watch the game.
Man, that was a very interesting chapter in my life. Like, as I reflect on it, I'm so grateful that was a chapter that has passed.
You can see in your eyes when you came in, because you came in so poignant and you was like, yes, I am here to get work done. And I was like, I don't think she know what this about to be, because I understood like the whole game, and I was like, she might want to be on the inside, but everybody has to work the field before they can come in on the inside and work the program and you know, the social medias and stuff. And I was like, man, I was always, every time I would see somebody new come in, because like I was there from her start, like I was there before it was the other person, and I came in and I was like, okay, so I've been doing it for quite some time,
right?
And I was like, you know, I would see people come in and I would look at their eyes and I'm like, oh no, they ain't got it,
they ain't
gonna be here. And I wouldn't tell her that because I wouldn't want to discourage her, but I could see, you know, you could see in somebody's eyes, especially on the shit that we had to do. Like, you could see that person wasn't gonna make it past either the first few hours, the first day, or maybe the first week. They wasn't gonna last longer than that.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely interesting, the amount of things that we did, but a learning experience.
Yeah.
So I took away a lot from that. And I got a chance to meet you. So
yeah, true that.
Networking too.
Networking. This is how the net works. Like, this is the whole process of building. This is how I've been trying to stick with. How do you stick with? How do you keep the spirit going? You know, although that you are a mother, you know, and you did just everything that you do, because you are a very busy person. How do you keep it busy and keep it sane?
I remember that everything is temporary.
Yeah.
Life is temporary, and we're gonna be dead a lot longer than we're gonna be alive.
Yeah.
So, how much time do I have where my health is like this?
Yeah.
Where I can move around.
Yeah.
And I have resources, and how can I maximize all of that I have right now? Because who knows, tomorrow the circumstances may be a little different.
Right.
So just understanding that it's all temporary. The suffering, the hardship, and eventually, you know, your time will be up.
That makes me think of Bobos. You know, like an owie, like when you get a scratch or a scar or a cut, and I'm like, dang, I'm bleeding right now, but eventually it's gonna go away. Like, it's not gonna be there forever.
Absolutely.
You know, you'll have a memory of it depending on how deep the cut was. You know, it leaves scars, but other than that, it's just a memory after that.
It's just a memory, and you can take that memory as being something that teaches you how to prevent it from happening again. Or you can disregard it and still go down those same paths. But no matter what, that injury is still there. So
yeah.
Some people, you know, when they have injuries through life, it makes them hesitant.
Yeah.
You know, term hesitance is usually internalized as trauma for some people.
Yeah.
So they get traumatized by it. But the biggest thing is knowing that everything is going to come to an end. So do you want to go out saying I went all hard, you know, pedal to the floor?
Yeah.
Or I was just kind of finessing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I battle with these thoughts now from time to time, just because I do have a child now, and it's just like the sacrifices I would have to make, like that I prominently see on televised that, oh, this person got to this point, but at what cost? Like, he don't see his kids no more. Like, you know, like, he got somebody else raising his kids. And I definitely want to be there for the reason for me having kids is wanting to be there for my kids. But, you know, it's like, how do I do that now and also try to follow this dream to where I can support my kids by just doing this, by being this great person instead of having to do this? You know, because this over here is dangerous as fuck. This over here is fun and it looks like I shouldn't be making money from it, but it's something that I can teach my kid. Like, hey man, you can be whatever you want, you know, and boom, it can come from it. Right. So that the difficulties of that thought process.
Yeah, it's really a lot of temptation, you know, when it comes down to pursuing certain industries, and when you have a family and it's that constant like pulling based off of what you truly desire for your family and then what you may desire for your career, finding a balance. But I think when you put your relationship, whether it's spiritual, religious based, I think once you put that down as being like the forefront of your moves, when you make decisions, it'll guide you versus just making them out of a whim. So sometimes you may say no to something you really want, but overall you have something that's guiding you morally. Yeah.
I do feel. I mean, at this point in time, there's no thought. Well, there's thoughts of me like just stopping, but there's no will that I want that's gonna make me just give up. Like, it's like I came too far now. Like, you can't just quit, but the mental insanity of it is just like, why do you keep going? And, you know, I always ask myself these questions, and now that, you know, I do have other things besides myself to worry about, because being a comic and entertainer is a very narcissistic duty, if that's what you want to do. So it's just like, you can't... You can't keep it that way anymore. Like, there's other things.
Narcissistic duty.
Yeah.
That term.
Yeah. Because it's not something. It's like at that point in time, like once you become like, if that's what you feel that you are, like this is your duty now. Your duty out here is to go ahead and make people laugh because you are an entertainer, you know. But also, you really just thinking about yourself because you just feeding that fix. It's an addiction. Once you get up on that stage and you really feel it, like there's no way that you just want to stop and quit. Like, it's just because like it doesn't take much to get back up on that stage and then feel it all over again and be like, what the hell was I doing? You know, that balance that I need. It's like, do I really pursue this hard, or do I just settle down?
That's a challenging question. Sometimes I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes I'm just like, I want to go to an island and just go off the grid. No one knows where I'm at.
Yeah.
And just live my life.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. Just live my life.
That sounds amazing. You know,
just live my life like this shirt.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I see. That's perfect. That's perfect. Why I wear this shirt.
The reality is, you have an assignment. You know, and so I would say when it comes down to spreading whatever you have to spread, we all have an assignment, and no matter what, we are replaceable.
Yeah.
You know,
you learn that at work, especially in the construction field.
Yeah. We are replaceable, and we will be replaced at one point in time. So, how you leave this world, like your legacy, that's important. You know, for you to think about. And some of us are called to do really big things. Some of us are called to do. I think everything is big, but it's just in the lens of who sees it. You know, because even a mom having a child, that baby thinks that mom is the universe. So for someone else, they may downgrade. Oh, well, you're a parent. That's not really that big, but that's huge. That's huge. So we all have a big journey, and I think it's being respectful and understanding that no matter what our calling is or what we're pursuing, you know, the equal of importance and respect that they all deserve, is something that can mold us to show appreciation and gratitude. Yeah. While also going hard in whatever we have to do as well.
Definitely. And that's a more soothing way to put it, because the way I have it in my head, it's all chaos.
Oh no, not chaos.
that kind of calmed the demons down. It was that's a better way to think about it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Because I think off the deep end when it comes to things like this. It's just like, and then sometimes at some point it's just like I don't even want to think about it anymore. Like it's just like let's just move on. Let's just keep doing what this is supposed to. Just keep doing what I'm doing, and then things will come of it. You know. And so I've been like weaning myself off of things slowly, just so it doesn't consume me, because I want to live my life the way I want to live my life. And it's very difficult to do that when you see other motherfuckers living their life the way they live in their life. And it's like, that looks fun. I want to do that too. Yes. Like, it seems like I need to do that because this is what's getting people seen. So I guess I should do this. And it's like, I'm not living the life I want to then.
It's not authentic.
Now I want to be this nigga. And it's like, shit.
That's like the law of proximity. We tend to adapt the behaviors of the people we surround ourselves around. And a lot of us, if we are going into a particular industry, we are looking at, someone who gets more clout in that industry as, this is what I should do. But I think this is an opportunity also to venture out to not saying that you change route, but you learn about how other people in other industries become at the height of heights. Because not all people are going to go the same route, but they'll still end up at the same destination. Yeah. And so it may be a way that you can do things that still put you at the level that you want to be at, but you don't have to take this route that kind of compromises who you are authentically. Right. And that requires you to do some, brain picking, talking to other people and thinking outside of the box. Yes. Compared to, our normal ways of, we see this person doing it. That's who I want to be. Let me just look at them. But there are a lot of successful people in this entire world. So there are many ways to get to
it draws you in. There's so many ways that it draws you in, though, because you see it. It's just like a little succubus that's just like, you like this? You like this? Boom. Come, let me give you some more. Let me give you some more. Let me bring you in. You want to do this now, huh?
It's
I bet you want to do this. Boom. This is what's making us the money while we go ahead and exploit you. And it's like, damn. You got me? Did you get me? Like, I think you got me. I think you got me doing dumb shit out here just so you can make all the money for it. It doesn't feel good, but I mean, the notoriety is something. It's what I was looking for, but it's not the. I don't assume it's the notoriety that you want. Like I want things to come naturally, and I don't want things to be given to me. And like I want to work for it, But like the way things are going, it's just like what I can't focus on myself and keep seeing this shit. So it's just like let me just avoid it for a little bit. I can take a break from it. That's good to take a break from things from time to time.
It is.
And then boom, hop back in when you're ready. Like, I'm going to go out and work on some things, and I'm going to come back in and I'm going to show y'all what I was working on. I'm going to Kendrick Lamar that shit. I'm going to go out, work on some things, be quiet, and be gone for about a few months, and then come back and be like, boom, look what I did. Hey, come on. That's my thought process of it. That's how I want to go about it. But it is, it doesn't, I don't profit off of it. It's not, I'm not looking for the profit.
Right.
I'm just looking for something to keep it stable. It's for me to have a reason to keep it going.
Yeah. That stability is essential, especially when it comes down to our families and being able to support individuals. Anything can happen, emergencies come up. So when you have that stable, it just makes it easy for you to be there when you need to be there. Some of those most important times. I have a story, it's a story someone told me. One of my mentors told me.
I love stories. We all love stories on this podcast.
So this story is actually about these two men. They had a job to do. They were challenged to chop down a tree. Yeah. Okay. So, they both are given an axe, and they both have about an hour to chop down this tree.
Okay.
So the first man who's supposed to chop down a tree, he just takes his axe and he just starts swinging. You know, he go in hard. So he gets to about halfway there. You know, 45 minutes go by, but he's exhausted.
Yeah.
He's tired. 60 minutes come, he don't chop down the tree. Uh-oh. So then there's this other man. And of course they both were given the axe and the tree to chop down. But the second man, what he spends 45 minutes doing is sharpening his axe. And he looks at the tree and he spends a few minutes just calculating, like, where should I hit it at?
Yeah.
And he cuts down the tree and he still has 5 minutes to spare. And so his accuracy of one, not just exhausting himself, because sometimes we think movement is the way that we get there, but you can be on a treadmill moving and still not going anywhere.
Right.
So the movement that's calculated and it's intentional and it's thought through, sometimes it takes, you know, us having to pull ourselves out just so we can sharpen our axe.
Oh, come on now.
Just so we can sharpen our axe.
All right.
And really cut down the tree that's in front of us.
I see what you're saying. Yes. Hell yeah. That applies to everything just now. That felt good to hear that. Like, and also when you think about it, the shoulders on this man to have 5 minutes left after all of that. I would love to see he must got shoulders like Roy Jones Jr. Jesus Christ. Out here looking like Michael Phelps with a wingspan. You just chopping the tree down in like 3 strokes. Get out of here, sir. I love it. That's conserving energy right there.
There we go.
Man, also
working smarter and not harder. I be trying to tell people that at work, because they be looking at things, be trying to pick it up, and you just like, hey man, you ain't bending at the knees. You must not have children. You must not want children if this is how you gonna go about your life. Just bending straight from the back and trying to pick things up, you gonna throw your spine out of whack. I need people to learn how to pick things up, bend at the knees, get a buddy to help you out. You know, also, I've just realized that I'm a man of leverage. Like, I need leverage anytime I go to do something that's strenuous, because I have to. Most of the time I'm doing things by myself because I'm stubborn and I don't want to ask nobody else for help. So I figure if I can come up with a nice calculation to get this from point A to point B without me overexerting energy, the only way I can do that, leverage. You know, leverage, pulleys, you know, just the push and pull type of system to where I don't have to do all of the work. And I've learned that about myself. I'm a person that I will find some type of leverage. There you go.
And also my mama loves that show. So
I have not seen it.
It's a okay show. I mean, to say it be like on like UPN or Bounce or One TV, one of those TVs.
I know what you're talking about.
Right.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like, oh, this is made for black people in the hood.
There we go.
Okay.
Look, sometimes I be seeing people that I know as actors on them shows.
Yeah, for real.
Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I was at my auntie house and I was like, oh my gosh, I know that actor right there. I cannot make this up.
He don't really be like that in person. That's not him.
That's not him.
Yes.
That's too funny.
That is fun. That is fun. Seeing people that you see on TV, like that you know for real. I got a friend, he's shout out Tony Frederick. He is a comedic actor. Well, I'm sorry. He's a comedian, but he is also an actor. Actor first, comedian second. I don't know. He been in the game for a minute. But it's crazy because he has these little bitty roles, and sometimes he pops out in big roles. He's just all over the board. He's the guy that they pick. So whenever I see him in like big shit, he was like on a Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh, look at that. That's Tony right there, man. Tony, what you doing over there, man? You don't be drinking like that. Get out of that bar, Tony. But, you know, it's so fun to see him. You know, it's like, I know people that do things. You know, it's a good feeling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. It's a fun life to have, especially being in the field like this, to where you have to interact with people Like being a comedian, like I have to interact with people. Like I have my day job, which is one thing. I don't necessarily have to interact with people, but it is fun at that point because having electrical knowledge is like a foreign language to other people when you explain it. Like, oh, this is why this has got to happen with this, and then you got to ground it, and then you got to bring these wires here. And like, oh, you just get it done. That's fine. I'm like, I got you. It's fun. It's like putting a puzzle together, but dealing with people just out in the wild, that's different. Like loose people, like, oh, you've been drinking and you don't know what you might say right now type of people. That's always an interesting adventure. I look forward to those sometimes. Like today I didn't look forward for it. I didn't want to have to interact with anybody besides the people that I came to interact with. Right. So that whole little can I use your cardboard situation just now, I was like, I don't want to have to ask you, but now that you're giving me problems, now that I asked you, it makes me mad that I came and asked you. So
yeah, that was just a bit ridiculous. Yeah. Hoarding the cardboard.
It's like, it's cardboard, dude. I just need some paper. Give me the receipts that you folded up and about to throw away. Give me something. Like, you gonna ask me to buy it?
Backstory: the table was wobbly. Okay, so one of the legs needed a little support.
Just a tad bit. That's it. I came to help out. And this is your area, like nobody gonna want to sit here because the table make noise. We can have a noisy table. That's not what we want. Right. And it bothers me. That might, like, I have a little bit of OCD that kicks in from time to time. I'm like, I just need to fix this table.
Yes. So Kyle was trying to fix the table.
That's it. That's all. I
needed some cardboard paper. And
that was it. You could have probably dropped a few cardboards that you shouldn't be using for other people's coffee cup holder. So just give me a piece, just a little piece. You can tear it off. It don't matter. Shit. It's very upsetting. That's why I have the camera at an angle that I do. Like, you could probably see the sign behind me still, but I did not want to give
them any free production, free advertising.
I hope my camera does what it does and blurs out the goddamn background. Like,
oh Lord,
you don't need to be seen, sir. Can't believe you asked me that. I need to go be petty and just pass by and give him $1. Be like, hey, you little broke ass nigga. But then I can't do that because that's
very
mean.
Becoming.
I know. That's why I'm becoming a different person. I would just be like, hey, thanks for I wouldn't call him a broke ass nigga. But understand, my gesture of why I'm doing this is to hope that mentally you think that I'm calling you a broke. All right. It's interesting. That's why I stay home. I like to be in my little sanctuary and just think about what I'm going to do inside my bubble. I don't mind the bubble.
Yeah, I like my sanctuary too. I can't lie. It's just something about being in your own cocoon, safe and protected from everyone.
What do you do when you're not busy?
When I am not busy, this is actually one of our common hobbies. You remember?
Does it have to do with music bingo?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's skating.
Oh.
It's skating.
You still be skating?
I still be skating.
Come on.
I still be skating. So I love to skate. Like, almost every time I skate, I feel like I am free and able to just be who I want to be.
Yeah, definitely.
No, like, I love skating so much. So when I go to the skate rink, I'm enjoying myself.
I got one right around the corner from the house. Like, I'm waiting for the little one's legs to get stable before we gonna definitely put them in that rink. Like, come on, man,
like, it's so important. My dad, he taught me how to skate.
Yeah.
So it's like one of my younger, like, my memories that I had back in the day. But I used to skate in front of my house.
Yeah.
After school, just for like 2 or 3 hours. Just skating.
Getting them legs pumping.
And it was so bad. Like, every single time I came home, I would be like, Mom, I'm about to go outside and skate.
About to go outside and skate, Daddy. Yeah.
So one time, my mom was like, Kaysha, did you clean up your room? I didn't clean up my room. So
wasn't thinking about that.
I got in trouble. She whooped me.
Did she take your skates?
No, she didn't. Okay. She told me right after that I could go skating. And I was like, this is interesting.
I mean, the whooping wasn't worth it, but I mean, if that was the case, I could have just went and cleaned the room instead of taking his ass whooping.
But let me tell you something. Let me tell you what she took me to skate at.
Where?
I don't know if it was planned.
She had already bought the tickets.
No. She took me to skate. So, I live in a little small town in Alabama. And everybody in my town I'm related to. Yeah. So, I was about to go to see my grandma's house. Yeah, I was about to go to my grandma's house, and she stayed in an area that has a big hill. Yeah. So she was like, "Oh, you can go skate to your grandma's house, and I drive behind you."
Oh, what? oh no! You still punishing me? Is this what you doing? No.
So tell me why, when you go down that road, it's actually a graveyard. It's a graveyard, okay? So I go down the road and I feel suddenly a pull. It's called gravity.
Oh, we about to get it.
And gravity is pulling me down. And the first thing I see is that graveyard, and I shout, "I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead." And I'm telling you, I fell and I was all messed up. Oh. Just imagine falling on the road. Yeah. When you're going down the hill.
Did you have any pads on?
No, I had on a short skirt. If y'all don't know what a skirt is a skirt with shorts underneath. Yes. And a short sleeve shirt. It was a cute skirt. It was plaid, actually. It was very cute. But I had a polo shirt on and my skates. And I was all messed up.
Sport, polo, and some skates.
Mm-hmm. And the side of my leg was messed up. My side of my thigh, my elbow. My face didn't get scratched. But I had a hole in my kneecap. Oh. It was deep. It took a long time to heal. I still had the scars from the kneecap, but majority of the other scars.
Everybody got that kneecap scar.
Bruh, it's big. It's like this size.
Yeah,
it's real deep.
I got a good kneecap scar story. Ooh. I was skating too. Yeah. My friend, he was pulling a red radio fly wagon behind his bike, and he had a Schwinn. No, he had a mongoose. He had a mongoose hoopty. Yeah, if y'all remember that, taking it back to the old days. And he was riding down the street, and I was on my skates, and inline skates. I ain't really fuck with quads back then. I'm back on my quads now, but back then with inline skates,
I only do inline.
Went to go. Yeah, that inline is fine. I had aggressive inline at one point in time, to where I was like, I'm going to fucking grind on shit and do half pipe things. They didn't get that aggressive, but they were cool to take to the skating rink. People were like, oh, he really skates. Not really. I'm just a nigga that has some sort of type of life. Bless you. And it like, so I was running behind him in my inlines, and he had the radio fly wagon, and he was gone. And I'm like, I'm gonna catch you. And what I wanted to do in my head, I thought this would be really cool. I thought that if I jumped behind and caught the wagon, like just dove and caught the wagon, that he would be going fast enough to kind of like drag me through the air. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, he was going fast enough, right, to where I was able to jump and just barely catch the wagon, but my thought process was wrong, because as soon as I caught the wagon, I hit the ground, and then he took off even faster, and I caught that knee. My knee hit the ground, and just kind of I rolled for about almost about a block and a half, about 2 houses. I drove about 2 houses and got up and just had skin just hanging off my kneecap. Ugh. Yeah, it sounds gruesome. It was terrible. Yeah, I went inside and told my daddy. He was like, well, you wanna go lay down and go to sleep? I was like, I still wanna go outside and play. Oh, like, wow. I'm just, my knee is really bleeding. Well, what you want me to do about it? You can go to sleep. It's like, I don't want to go to sleep. Well, go back outside. And I was like, can I get a Band-Aid? Sure. He gave me a Band-Aid, and I went back outside. And I was like, well, this ain't gonna last for long. I might have a scar, but, the pain's only temporary.
Very much so. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we all have our skate stories, but yeah, I love to skate. So when I'm not being busy as a bee, I'm skating.
You're skating.
I'm skating, and if I'm not skating, I'm spending time with family.
That's good.
I love family.
That's good. I do the same thing. Like we have our get-togethers from time to time. We go with my daddy. He cooks, so whatever. They all cook. Well, at this point in time, he started this like new tradition where we all bring a dish.
Okay, potluck.
Potluck. And ice is included as a dish as well.
Oh, so y'all bring the ice.
yeah. Somebody bring ice. Another person brings soft drinks. It's like that doesn't count. I mean, it counts enough.
It counts. Plates, spoons, forks, paper towels. They all
so
count.
Good. It's like I'm bringing the to-go plates because I love to take the rest of the food home. It's that's just like I'm gonna be eating on this for days.
There you go.
And I bring it to the house and I don't touch it. It'd be so weird while I be thinking of things like that. It's like, damn, why did I eat that? Yeah, it's not. I hate wasting food. I'm not a person to waste food. But sometimes because it's like I ate this already. I would like something different now.
No, I understand. Even sometimes I have to be careful about like grocery shopping. I'm like, okay, Kaysha, what have you eaten in this refrigerator? Have you done inventory first? Like, are you buying a third and fourth of the same thing you got in the cabinet?
I already got it, right?
So look, you really got to be thinking. You got to be thinking.
Yeah. But man, life be lifing.
I
didn't know. I didn't know I was gonna be prepared for whatever came my way, but I'm glad that I have the knowledge to be prepared because some people it is very difficult for them to get out of the same rat race that they've been in for like ages. Like you see the cycle continue in certain people, and it's like, oh, you're still stuck doing the same thing. You haven't excelled from this point. And I always look at that, and I'm like, I never want to be just stagnant in one area.
I think that idea of being stagnant and also like people's success, we have to challenge it sometimes. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I say that is because I actually took a position one time that it gave me a little bit more freedom. Yeah. It gave me more freedom. Nice. But ideally to someone else, they're like, why aren't you taking a position that, pays you more? I'm like, well, it's calculated, but I understand your question. But sometimes the person, like that individual's success or what their dreams are, for me, it's being able to be available for my family. Right. Like that's a big value for me. Because when I grew up, my mom, she had a hair salon, so she was able to schedule her clients where she could still show up to different events that I was doing. If I wanted to go to somewhere to eat after practice, she could take me. And so I always think about, sometimes it looks like, oh, you're taking a role, or this role is actually stagnant, or it's not as big as another role, but it allows you to have a lot of the things you desire. Yeah. And then also questioning, the pedestal that people know about. Sometimes even the things that you're not aware of. I don't know. I like the business models where you don't have to sell individually to people. Yes. Like I really dislike having to do individual sales. Of course, it's something that's important, but there are some ways to show up and just have like relationships. You know how in the drug movies they always got like the distro. Yeah, like it's so many different ways that I look at life now, and I'm like, man, I don't want to do no individual sales. Like I just want to sell to I just want to be the distro.
I just want to be the big distribution person to give. I'm gonna give you the big bulk of everything, and you do the little individuals. Right. I want to be the big person to be like, oh, I got this package.
Not even saying that I. Not like that.
It's not Kingpin. But Griselda Blanco over here.
Not like that. But it's so many ways that I think we look at life that can be challenged. And not to say that way is wrong, but it could be multiple ways to look at it. So I would just challenge the audience to, sometimes think outside of what's promoted, because usually whatever is promoted towards us in terms of our thoughts is intentional. You know, we live in the world of propaganda.
Yeah.
So propaganda is real. You know, we have a lot of media, and the media it impacts us subconsciously.
Yeah.
So the things that we even think about are possible. It comes from our influences and what we're consuming. But best believe other people don't consume the same things that we consume.
No.
So what they're consuming may be things that maybe you should try to consume to see, maybe I can look at this at a different angle. A different angle. Mm-hmm. At a different angle.
That is true. Like that's why I've just like, I don't even, the information that I've been getting has just been from all over the place, and I'm like, you know what? I'm a be the person that I am, and I'm gonna just hide in this corner.
Oh Lord, not the corner.
Yeah, I definitely, because I like to keep myself in solitude sometimes, and just not get in everybody else's business. But I do like to watch from afar. Like I like to watch and see what's going on, but not be in it.
Right.
I'm gonna be over
I'm just
here.
making my observation.
Yeah, I'm just over here. I'm watching y'all go through all this. I understand where this is gonna go in the end. Like I get it. I've seen this before, so I'm gonna be over here. Y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. If you need me, you know where I'll be. Right here in that corner. You know. So I don't mind like taking a seat back and just being like, y'all continue to fall into that, and like I understand where this is going now. I don't really want no parts of it, but I understand that I need to be a part of it. You know, like I need to still be present with it, but also I don't want to have nothing to do with it. It's just like the balance that I'm keeping with myself.
I'm just here.
Yeah,
I'm just here.
I wrote a poem about it called "Today I Felt Like Saying Hey to the Internet," or "Hello Internet." That's what I call it. Hello Internet.
Hello Internet.
Yeah, it just because it's like, you know, everything. It starts off today. Today I wanted to say hey to the internet just to check if the world is ending yet. The moral disrespect. It's just a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch that I thought about, and I was like, this is where this is taking us. And now we got AI. AI is still it's amazing, but it's just like you know, this is how Terminator started, and I was like, that's a movie, but also that's how it started. It's fun to think about where the world might end up.
Yeah, and you know, the quicker that you're able to see that is the quicker that you're able to adapt.
Yes.
And I used to hear this saying. They said that if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Ooh, be careful.
Be careful. You know, don't get ate up.
Don't get ate up.
Don't get consumed.
No.
You know,
keep your wits about you.
Yeah.
Head on a swivel.
Oh no. So definitely just be aware of what's happening and try to be on the up and up.
Definitely be aware.
Be on the up and up, and don't get caught in the matrix.
Yeah. That red or green pill, man. Red or blue pill. You live and you learn. Like, that's good. All right. Break out the monotony before we get out of here. I like to play a game of choices with everybody, especially when it's their first time.
Okay.
So we have a game. We have a game of choices. All right. So you got 4 options and 4 choices. Your choices are: you got to be one, you got to raise one, you got to sell one, and you got to have relations with the other one.
So I have to choose only one from the 4 options.
No. You choose. This is what it. Yeah. No, I mean, no. You're gonna choose all of them. But you're going to choose what you're going to do with each of them.
I have to assign each one to the other. Okay.
Yeah, be one, raise one, sell one, and in relations with the other one. And your options are, from those choices, a mermaid, a mogwai, a Mexican, and a manatee.
What is a mogwai?
A mogwai is Gizmo. Have you ever seen Gremlins before? Do you know what Gizmo is?
I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna show it to you. Hold on, you're good. Everybody asks this. It's fun when it happens because it's usually either manatee or mogwai. People are like, "Wait, what is a?" And so I pull it up. Oh, there we go. This is a mogwai. Oh Lord, that's a mogwai. That's Gizmo.
Oh wow.
That's a mogwai.
Okay, we selling mogwai.
We selling. Immediately, we don't even need to know the backstory behind that. We gonna just get rid of it. We selling the mogwai. All right.
Okay.
All right. So you got to be one, you raise one, and then relations with the other one.
I raise a Mexican.
You raise a Mexican. I got you. All right.
I'm gonna be a mermaid.
Being a mermaid.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, okay. I love it.
The world is so big now.
love it.
Like I just
It's
want to
so much
explore the ocean.
Oh, that's an amazing thought
I love travel.
to have about that. That is even better.
Yes.
Like,
just imagine.
Wow, what better to travel the ocean
As a mermaid.
as a mermaid? Mm-hmm. You can go anywhere.
Anywhere in the water. I mean, I would be done with land, which is okay. But I mean, I really want to see the rest of the world. And
Like
majority of the
Aquaman
world
Aladdin.
is water.
I can show you the world.
And what was the last option?
Oh, in the relations with the other one. So you're gonna have relations with the manatee.
What does that mean?
That just means that you're gonna probably have sex with it.
Oh no.
No, but you're a mermaid.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
No.
Nah, but that was a good one.
Relations could be. I mean, you don't have to necessarily have sex with it. You could be just married to it.
You know, I can talk to it. We can have conversations.
Yes.
Maybe I pet its head.
Yeah, that can work.
Yeah.
That can definitely work. Yeah. I mean, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
However you want to look at it.
Relationships don't have to be all of that.
No. I feel
There are
you.
varying degrees to it.
That definitely works. But yes, we'll let everybody know where they can find you at. I hope her name wasn't Jess or something like that. She turned around and looked. I wasn't talking to that person. I'm talking to you.
Well, everybody, y'all can find me where I be at. I'm joking. You can't find me because I am incognito.
There
No
you
one's
go.
finding me.
I feel you.
I'm joking, but I am on Instagram. So my Instagram handle, I'm sure Kyle will have it shown
It
under
definitely
this.
will. Yeah.
It's Kaysha J0NES because all the Joneses was taken up.
Hell yeah.
So I had to put a number digit in there.
That's lovely. So many Joneses.
It's
in this
so
world.
many Joneses.
Keep
I
it up
can't
with the
keep up.
Joneses. You can't keep
So
up with
many
them.
Joneses. I can't keep up.
Yes, well, hell yeah, man. Well, this has been Tell Me a Joke, the guideline of chasing the dream. I've been your host, Maniacal, Menace, Cosman. Say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. And until next time, man, keep dreaming jokers. Hey, there we go.